Alright, and here we go. Let me see. This is a game, it doesn't capture very well. I'm sorry for the situation we have going on here. It's very difficult to see this game. I don't know what it is. I don't know how to make it more visible without completely washing it out, you know? I've got bad equipment. I've got bad capture equipment. It's fine. It's fine when we're on the brighter planets, but there's a lot of areas in this game that are really dark, and it becomes basically impossible to see in the capture. Uh, so we are almost 16 hours in. We're going through, we've got to go through every stage, and we've got to 100% the collectibles on every stage. And the collectibles are NPC characters. They're these teddy bear characters. They're scattered, hidden throughout stages, and we have to collect them and rescue them. So that's what we'll be up to. We might play another Bubsy game again someday. I know that there are other Bubsy games to play. Okay, I think I want to play as Lupus. That was a smooth transition. I didn't even see it switch. The switch between the consoles. So when I go away from the camera when I switch consoles because I have to physically get up out of my chair and go over to where they are and unplug the AV cables and plug in the different ones. I don't have a switch. I don't have one of those switch boxes. Well, I do, but it's no good. It doesn't have enough. It doesn't have enough ports for all the consoles I have anyway, and sometimes the video signal gets garbled because of it. It's not good. My switcher box. So I do it in the most low-tech and inefficient way possible. I have a friend who loves this game. Posted a screenshot of this on his Discord to see what he thinks. I've been enjoying this game. Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, hang on. I didn't know. Oh, see, there's a door up there. Okay. Interesting. Well, let's see what this is all about real quick. I might not want to come in here yet, though. Passageway. Fantasy Strike was the game Omega was talking about. Probably the easiest fighting game to learn, since it's literally only 3 buttons, 4 if you don't want to hit up on your controller. All right, cool. The passageway is the only area on this stage we have to work on. That's interesting. I didn't know where this area was before. We'll come back here. There's something I want to investigate real quick, though. That's in a different part of this ship. You have to collect the legally distinct entities which coincidentally resemble Ewoks. Yeah, they're basically Ewoks. I'm a sucker for N64 games. Can't get enough of them, Final says. I'm a big fan of the N64. You know, I grew up with it, so it's hugely nostalgic for me. Cows, welcome in. Investigation. What are we looking for? Secrets, cows. Secrets. Great to have you here, my friend. I hope you're doing well. Good news, cows. Bubsy 3D is dead and buried. I finished the deathless run, the damageless, the final stage damageless challenge. I'm unofficial, but I'm the 17th person in the world to complete that challenge. I thought they looked like koala bears myself, Final says. Quality stuff right here. Oh my. Well done. Well done. The areas of this game work like individual levels. When you exit them and re-enter them, they reset. So when I say we have to collect all the teddy bears, we have to get them all on one run through a particular area. Once we've accomplished it once, we don't have to recollect them every time we go through, even though they will respawn every time we go through. So if you see me ignoring teddy bears at any point, it's almost certainly because we're passing through an area I've already cleared. You can expect probably a fair amount of that to be happening tonight. Qualified for 18th place. 17th place. If we're talking about Bubsy. If I read the thing right, I don't actually necessarily know how to read the numbers on the RA pages. I think I already went over it, but Jelly and I have plans for 3 new emotes currently. So they're kind of complicated. 2 of them are animated emotes that I think are going to be rather complicated, so they might take a while. And one of them is a standard emote. But I'm looking forward to being able to share them when they get put together, because I think they're pretty clever ideas if we're actually able to make them happen. But we've got concepts. I sketched some concepts for Jelly for a no spoilers emote, for a secret emote, like an I found a secret emote, and or like I see a secret, and a micro boss emote. Which I think the 2 of those concepts have been suggested by cows. So they're not, you know, they're group efforts, these ideas. Oh, I'm supposed to go up here. Oh, we have another raid coming in. Shoots Wolf. Very nice. Thank you for the raid. I hope you are doing well. I'm on top of the world right now tonight. I completed the final challenge in Bubsy 3D. I'm done with it. I did an optional challenge. I took on an optional challenge from the Retro Achievements board for that game, and it was brutal. To clear the last stage damageless, and we got it tonight, so I'm super thrilled. I'm feeling very happy. That's it. That's everything in that game. I've 100%ed it. I even did an optional challenge. I'm done with Bubsy 3D, I think, forever. I'm a little sad to see it go, but I'm very happy to be done with it. Tell us about your stream, if you would, please. What were you working on tonight? Baldur's Gate 3, it looks like. Hopefully that treated you well. Lots of progress and good times. Sky Collective, welcome in. Thank you for coming along with the raid. Great to have you with us. Ah, this is the way to roll through here. These enemies are too tough. They take a lot of damage. Oh, they're just tiny little things, but they're so resilient. I'm happy to see it go, Otaku says. That means, with Bubsy going, though, that means we have to go back to Strawberry Shortcake. And then Jankuary can finally end. Did anyone remember that it's March and Jankuary is still technically going? Bubsy 3D was supposed to be finished a month and a half ago. And we still have, we still have more Strawberry Shortcake to take care of. It's never over. Thank you for the congrats, Schutzwolf. Thank you for the congrats. Glad to catch you. Hope you're having a good stream. Having a very good stream, my friend. Having a very good stream. Thank you again for the raid. Always excited to have you and your people come by and join us. I'm not really sure whether or not I'm supposed to be able to do this, but I'm stubborn enough to stick with it for a while. It's tough. It's tough. I kind of think not. I kind of think you're not supposed to do this. January isn't a month, it's a state of mind, Cal says. All too true, especially around here. I'm playing a game that, in my opinion, is better than Bubsy, Otaku says. I mean, that doesn't really narrow it down, right? There's a lot of games that are better than Bubsy. Any other game, Final says. Infamous Second Son. I've heard of Infamous. I haven't played any of them. I think that's a PlayStation 3 game, right? At least the first one was. I think I have the first Infamous game. But I've never played it. That's a very good game, Final says. Oh, that was close. There's a very good chance that there's actually an invisible wall at the top of this thing, because so what that tube is an obstacle course for this robot guy to fly through. That's what this pad is all about, and that's why I have doubts that getting up here is even possible. There's a very real chance that there's a barrier, an invisible barrier, to keep the regular characters out. It's literally the best PlayStation 4 game, along Marvel's Spider-Man and God of War, Otaku says. I don't really have any PlayStation 4 experience. I owned a PlayStation 4. I had a PS4 for a while, but unfortunately, it was stolen, and I never replaced it. Another raid. Very nice. Old School McFly, welcome in. What were you working on tonight, my friend? Was it some retro achievements? Maybe Frownie can find an invisible hole in the invisible walls, Zergling says. If anyone can, I'm the man for the job, right? Was that the Splatterhouse story? Oh, the my stuff being robbed? Yeah, that's how I lost. That was a PlayStation 3 game, but yeah, I lost my copy of Splatterhouse 2 in that same burglary. Or, sorry, Splatterhouse. I say Splatterhouse 2, I said that because I'm playing that. Splatterhouse on the PlayStation 3, the reboot. On my home got so a few years ago my home got burglarized is what we're talking about, and they stole I had a PlayStation 4, a PlayStation 3, a Switch, and a Wii U gamepad were the things that they stole. They didn't take the Wii U, they only took the gamepad. Because, you know, criminals are dumb, I guess. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of thieves. I don't think particularly highly of thieves. He probably thought it was a handheld like a Game Gear. I just assumed he thought it was another Switch. Let's see. McFly said Final Fantasy III retro achievements. Didn't get any because I'm in a really slow spot. I'm sorry to hear that. But I have absolute faith you will prevail, my friend. I've been through those nights of no real progress. I had a night of fantastic progress tonight, though. I completed a challenge in Bubsy 3D, final stage, damageless. It was brutal. It took me 3 nights, but we got it. So I'm super happy. No matter what happens, my whole night is an overwhelming success at this point. Alright, I think you can't get up here, because I think that was... If any time I was gonna get up here, I think that rocket boost there should have made it. I don't know that there's an invisible wall that per se, but... I got a leap and a rocket thrust. Yeah, you can't get up there. Maybe you can, but I can't get up there. But it's alright. Maybe I'll try it again later. Let's go to where I know I can actually make progress. You know what? I wonder if this is possible. If I can teleport like this back to the entrance. Beautiful. Oh, wait. I'm not where I thought I'd be. I kind of did. It's close enough. Also like Devil DMC on the PlayStation 4, Otaku says. So I replaced my gamepad for my Wii U, and I replaced my Switch, but I didn't replace my PS3 or my PS4. I have a PS3 now. I got one a couple months ago. I still haven't actually hooked it up and done anything with it. But hopefully we'll play Dark Souls 2 on it at some point. PS4? I don't know. I might never get around to replacing that. Yeah, I think I have Infamous, but I don't really have any plans of playing it anytime soon. I mostly stick to stuff that's a fair bit older than that era. Sniper rifle capacity increased. Original Infamous was so good, Final says. I don't know if they brought it to the PlayStation 4 or not, but it's worth a revive. Original Assassin's Creed as well. The Assassin's Creed games... I don't know a whole lot about, but they seem to me to be overwhelmingly massive. I have a feeling this is going to be very, very difficult. I'm about to have to fly through a whole area, I think. I think this is going to be tough. Let's see what's up here first. Secrets? No secrets? Oh, come on, game. This is the perfect spot for a secret. Because I thought to look here. Okay, there's more fuel over there. Don't see any enemies. Ah, there's enemies. There's definitely enemies. They're kind of big but doable. Nearly everyone completed Assassin's Creed 2. It was a fun thing to do. There's a good deal of talking and walking in those games, fair warning. Well, close to Metal Gear Solid worth. Well, again, they're like, these are things that are really way too... They're really way too modern to be things that are going to be high on my priority list. I won't, you know, I wouldn't say necessarily never, but probably never. Never mentioned I owned an arcade stick, Omega says. I don't believe. Closest thing I have to an arcade stick is an NES Advantage. No! My jetpack didn't activate. Yeah, widescreen, 720p, 30 FPS. I don't need any of those things. Full screen's where it's at. It's actually true. I don't like playing widescreen games because when I do, I don't have any room for my face cam and my artwork. Full screen games are perfect because they only take up this much. I have all this extra space over here when we play a full screen game. Widescreen games are terribly inconvenient. They're no good. Heading out now. Good night, Otaku. Been great to have you here, if only for a little while. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Enjoy Infamous. And hopefully we'll see you again sometime soon. No! Again! Oh, there it goes. Saved at the last second. This rocket pack is very unreliable. I will have you know, my friends. I thought I was dead. That's a cool tank. But my heart breaks a little every time I hear the dog whimper. No! We're probably in for a lot of whimpering. I think I'm going to take a lot of damage. Oh, I don't like this. It's a very slippery game. The controls are very slippery in this one. So narrow platforms are, like, they're always scary, but they're way more scary than they need to be in this game. Yeah, if you want to post a pic in the Discord, I'll check it out. I'm not super, like, I understand, like, why arcade sticks, especially for fighting games, are, like, a lot of people's preference, but I don't know. I've never been super big on arcade machines in general, like, so I've always preferred sort of handheld console controllers, the smaller form factor. Like, I like D-pads and I like the thumbsticks rather than the big joysticks. Pretty much any game, though, I've always preferred, like, the home console version over the arcade version. Prefer controller for Street Fighter 2, but arcade sticks for Street Fighter 4. It's a feature, Zergling says, of the puppy Panzer. It makes pitiful dog noises to make enemies think twice about shooting it again. Clever defense. Cows. If you're still within earshot, thank you for posting that goldfish commercial. I don't know if that's the exact commercial, like, that the song is, like, from my memory, but all the relevant parts are exactly as I remember them. The snack that smiles back until you bite their heads off. Like, that was perfect. And even the other parts, like that's the key part. But the other part where it's like they're made with real cheese, even though they look like fishies. Like, I remembered that. I didn't remember the part about see the fishes swimming. Oh, look, the pretzel's winning. Like, I didn't remember that. But it made me laugh. It made me smile. I did show Jelly, and apparently I had already showed her that years ago, and I just forgot. I remembered the conversation. I remembered the conversation that we'd had where she didn't believe me that it said that, but I forgot that I showed it to her. But I showed it to her again, and we had a good little laugh about it. And also, at the end, there was like part of like a network station tag or whatever, and it said something about up next Jim Varney and Ernest, and I don't remember if it said which Ernest movie, but I mean, if it's Jim Varney, of course it's Ernest. And that kind of blew my mind a little bit too, just because, like, since I grew up in Kentucky, like, I have a mild, weird IRL connection to Jim Varney. That's really all I can say about it, because it gives, like, I don't want to, I'm not exactly, I don't exactly think it's advisable to give out too much personally identifiable information about yourself on the stream. If I explain the connection too much, it becomes I fear it gives away too much. So you just have to take my word. that I have a weird, mild connection to Jim Varney in real life. The late Jim Varney. Is that an earnest emote? Oh. The wholesome snack. Wholesome was the word in that song I couldn't think of. The wholesome smack. The wholesome snack that smiles back until you bite their heads off. Uh-oh. Can I even open this door? Probably. I really hope there's not like a boss fight where I have to like fly around the room. I think that's full health, but I'm already pretty close to full health. Nope, that's not. I don't know how to check my health. Can I go down here? Can I come back up? Yeah. Okay, and he can swim, but not dive. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of enemies coming. Retreat, retreat! Oh, I see what they want me to do. I'm not gonna do that. Oh, there's too many of them. Alright, well, I'm gonna do what they want me to do. Can I get fuel through the water? I can? Congratulations, I was bouncing around like a giddy fool back there, watching old Mizar take a pounding. You Jet Force people certainly know how to make a name for yourselves, don't you? But it's not over yet. Me, I'll just make myself comfy in this nice quiet spot until you finish the job. I'd better leave this with you, though. Now get after that brute and give him what for. Thanks. What do we get? Spaceship part! Must be going now. Alright. So yeah, in addition to collecting teddy bears, which shockingly I haven't found a single one yet, tonight, we're also supposed to be collecting spaceship parts. I keep forgetting that that's a thing I need to look for, and yet somehow I keep running into them, so... Hooray for accidental victories, right? If you build your spaceship, you could go visit Bubsy. Oh. I don't want to play anymore. You know, sometime on YouTube, people will make videos in which fictional characters will face each other in rap battles. I can't stop thinking of I can't stop thinking of a rap battle between Ernest P. Worrell and Barney Fife. I don't know why it's so amusing to me. I mean, I don't have any lyrics, just the concept of putting those two against each other. There's a video that's never getting picked up by the YouTube algorithm. Fell about 30 to 40 times skating today, Zergling says. Intentionally? Practicing my mermaid falling technique? Was more of an Ursula, though. I don't know which parts of this are jokes and which aren't. Are all the teddy bears for this stage just gathered up here together? Almost all. There's 2 left. Is there a door out of this room? Yeah, okay. I'm still thinking of Frere Jacques remakes, Cow says. Hey, guess what, Cows? I didn't finish that game. I still have 3 puzzles left, so... Well, if we do 50 video games next week, which I want to, you'll get to hear that beautiful song again, so... If you come up with any good lyrics, keep them in your back pocket. They'll be useful. Oh, goody. That's the only game. We didn't play any other games. I couldn't make it through that one. I got to puzzle 27 and had to call it a night. What am I missing? This feels like a dead end, but surely the game wouldn't do that to me, right? I don't see any other doors. These look like doors, annoyingly enough. Like, this looks like a door from a distance. I don't think I'm actually damaging that thing. Alright, I guess I've hit a dead end. Maybe there's something else back this way. None of that's really a joke. You know how mermaids sit on rocks on their side with one arm on the rock? It's a falling technique in skating. I had no idea. I mean, I do assume that if you're going to fall, falling correctly is very important to avoid or minimize at least the chance of injury. But, you know, that idea does make sense to me. Fly up into this pipe? Is that an entrance? No? We can't usually break things in the environment open like that, so... Not really surprised. It isn't Are you going to fall? It is when and how. With skating. Yep, fair enough. Fair enough. I can get that. That, would be only all too true for me. Absolutely. See, that's a fake door. A lot of fake doors in this world. Did 4 or 5 different races against my 11-year-old kids. Undefeated today. Much to my daughter's disappointment, she likes to think of herself as the fastest skater of the family. One of my egg yolks is only half cooked today. The rest was pretty over easy. I ate it, and so far I haven't died. Hey. Welcome to the Runny Eggs Club. I'm a latecomer to the glory of runny eggs. But I love them. I'm glad to hear you're still kicking after that close call, Cal says. Just eating eggs is weird enough for me. Just over easy is just madness. So the thing about that, though, is like, I mean, I know you don't eat bread. And for me, like the joy of a super runny egg is breaking it over a piece of toast. I'm gonna have eggs without bread, I tend to do just a very hard scramble. Basically the exact opposite. I use exact opposite methods for whether I'm having toast or not. From where are these bullets coming? There we go. Is there something way up here? What am I missing? Who is firing upon me and from where? Gonna head out, water my Animal Crossing plants, get some sleep. Hey, thank you, Omega. It's been great having you here. I hope you have a wonderful time in Animal Crossing, a great rest of your night, and sleep well, my friend. We will see you another time. What I probably need to do is just use my wee little 1-egg pan and practice cooking them one at a time to see what I can handle, Zergling says. So how did I convince myself to eat runny eggs? I experimented with runny eggs because they're a popular topping for stir fries. And I saw a video on YouTube of someone making a Thai basil, and they topped it with a runny egg, and that was like enough to sell me on trying it because it looked so delicious. But I was like, that just looks good, so good. I have to face my fear and give it a go. And no regrets, no regrets. So I first tried a runny egg over rice. Because I figured if it went bad, if it was inedible, all I would have wasted was a little bit of rice. I had the meat of the stir fry in a separate dish. But it all worked out. Yeah, by basically watching someone do a commercial on running eggs. Wasn't exactly the thesis of the video, but your point is not without merit. I need a teddy bear radar. No, fly, fly, fly! Why are you not flying? This is awful. No, I don't have any gas. I respawned with no gas. This is awful. This is just searching around this bottomless pit. Not a fun start to the night with this game. It's very frustrating trying to figure out where to go. All for 2 teddy bears. And this whole area seems to end in a dead end. I don't like what is going on here. And we're gonna get to do it all over again because of the unreliability of the thrusters. The only times I've died have been when my jetpack has just failed to ignite. It's not my fault. Come on, Jet Force Gemini, make yourself more likable, please. I actually got the wee little pan to make French fries, since my son wanted to make them. Double fried to make them nice and crispy. He immediately declared them better than McDonald's fries. I don't do a whole lot of French fries, cooking my own French fries. I've experimented with the double fry kind of method, but not really meaningfully so. I certainly haven't perfected a technique for myself. I have a tiny little 1 egg pan. it's like, it has like a 3-inch diameter. It seemed like a kind of like a useless novelty to me, though. Wasn't sure what, if anything, to actually do with it. It seems too small to put on a burner, so I was like, I guess this is just a decorative pan. I only have it because it came with, like, as part of a set. My apologies. I must be overlooking something extremely obvious. I'm sorry for keeping us trapped here for the rest of our lives. Being fired upon by an enemy should be a great sign, right? And yet, it means nothing. I can't figure out where it's coming from. There's never any progress to be made. Thank you for the alert, Zergling. My technique's pretty solid. Cook them in coconut oil. They float to the top. Let them cool for 5 to 10 minutes. Turn the stove up to medium-high. Let them cook again until they're tan/brown on the outside. Yank them out and salt them. Hey, Duck Something, welcome in. Now beat this damageless. Gross. That's a gross challenge. I don't want to do that. I can't even beat this game at all. It's got me so lost and stuck and confused. I'm pulling my hair out. I just can't figure out where to go. Supposedly there's an enemy out there somewhere I can't find because it keeps firing at me, but I can't. I've been over every micron of the map out there, and I don't see a thing. It's beautiful, though. It's a fun world. It's a fun world to explore in this game. When it's not irritating me with obtuseness. I could think of a lot of positive things to say about it. I do have an idea. I think maybe I'm supposed to break some glass. I think maybe I'm using the wrong weapon, actually. I'm thinking maybe glass is like wood, where it has to be broken with the most powerful of weapons. Why would I need health in this room? Why are there 3 platforms? Video games are distressing. Why is water able to pour into this room constantly, and yet the water level never raises? I don't understand. Where's it going? This whole world is baffling and inconsistent. There's an enemy somewhere around here because they fire at me sometimes. But I have no idea where they may be. Nothing. Why? Why? It's so irritating. Oh, that's a flamethrower? Yeah, I really don't know what to do. It looks like, when I look out this window, it looks like there's something down there on the right. Like a platform, but there's no way to get to that. And this is the exit that takes us out of the area, which is not what I need. I don't know. I really hate this. I'm sure that I'm just stupid and not seeing something that's right in front of me, but it doesn't make me like this experience any better, you know? I really wish they wouldn't have designed the levels with so many fake doors. Hey Tip, welcome in. Things are pretty good. I completed a brutal brutal challenge in Bubsy 3D, and I'm now completely finished with that game for the foreseeable future. So, very happy about that. I'm very upset with this game right now, unfortunately. Of course, Gemini has made me pretty much absolutely furious because I can't figure out where I'm supposed to go or what I'm supposed to do. All I found is a dead end with nothing to interact with, and I'm really losing my temper with this game at the moment. So it's not all good news, sadly, but I mean, in the big picture, doesn't matter. I beat Bubsy, so even if this game is a total waste of time, I already achieved a virtually impossible challenge. So, do your worst. Do your worst, of course, Gemini. Make me as angry as you want. The challenge for Bubsy is to clear the final stage damageless. It's actually one of the it's one of the challenges for the retro achievements for that game. And even though I don't really do RA, well, I don't need the word really in that sentence. Even though I don't do RA, I was inspired to take on that challenge. Nonetheless, and we did it. We did it. It took me 3 nights. It took me 3 nights, but I did it. Well, it's a miracle I didn't die right there. Let's go. Get me out of here. That was disgusting. One of the fake doors isn't a fake door. Ah, I'm furious. Alright, so we're done. We're done. I just have to get out of here without dying. See, these are fake doors. See, it doesn't open. It's a fake door. But one of them does. I mean, it looks a little different, sure. Fine. You made it look a little different. You still made it look like a fake door. Rare. You know, my friends right now are rare. My stomach is growling. This better count. This better count. Area cleared. 8 rescued. How long did that take? That took an hour? I was stuck on that stage for an hour. I feel like it was even longer than that. Alright, that makes this stage complete, I do believe. Zero dead, 0 missing, 32 saved. That's good. So, next, what is the next planet? They're not in the same order on the map. Tall Fret. Did we finish this one? I think we finished the walkway. Tall Fret, I think is where we need to go next, but they couldn't put all this information on one menu. You have to click back and forth all the time. Bridge. I missed 2 on the bridge. And 1 died. Alright. Apparently I was stuck on this bridge level for an hour as well. Oh, I think I know this stage, actually. I think I have to come here as Vela. But we'll go here as Lupus first, just so I can see if it is the planet that I think it is. Yeah, I think so. I think this is the zombie planet. The cutscenes are not skippable. We don't watch them just because I like to watch them. I would be happy to skip them. Yeah, I may be jinxing myself, but I think this will be... reasonable stage to clear. I thought there was supposed to be help in that room. Let's see, it's only the bridge that matters, right? Yeah, bog and castle are no issue, just the bridge. Very bad. Hey, welcome in. I hope you are well. Glad you're able to stop by. Brybad is a stream we discovered last night, my friends, for with a somewhat random raid, speedrunning Journey to Silius, and we had a really good time. So if you want to check out what goes on over there for yourselves, use the link there in the shout out. I just got home from work, thought I'd say hi. Very kind of you, thank you for that. We completed a challenge earlier tonight, Bubsy 3D. I've been playing that game a lot lately, and I took on an optional challenge that's one of the retro achievements for that game, and it is to clear the final stage of the game damageless. It's really rough. It took me 3 nights, but I finally got it tonight, so I'm spirits are very high at the moment. I'm feeling really good that we were able to pull that one off. Oh, I think I'm wrong about how to do this. I think I actually brought the wrong character over here. And now we're just playing some Jet Force Gemini. This is a game I've never beaten before. We're one of the conditions of it is you actually have to 100% the game to beat it. So far as I'm aware. And so I'm working on that. It's a sort of a slow process, but it's kind of fun. I was really frustrated on the previous stage. There was a secret that was hidden aggravatingly well, but I did eventually find it, so I'm done crying, at least for a little while. I haven't played Bubsy since the first one, so I did them all. They were first playthroughs of Bubsy 1, 2, and 3, and 3. I just played them and beat them for the first time on stream over the past couple weeks. I'm not a fan. Bubsy games are pretty bad. But I'm glad I did them, and I'm glad I beat them, so I never have to play them again. That's how I feel about Bubsy now. Oh no, I don't actually do RA. I just I like RA. I like watching RA streams. Um, but I don't do a whole lot of emulation. I've never been very good with PCs, and so like the real hardware thing kind of locks me out of RA. But I thought I'd do that one. I thought I'd do that one challenge just for fun. Discovered RA a year ago. Really enjoy it. Uh-oh. I'm under fire. Oh, and there's an invincibility. Yeah, let's just use that. Let me make myself safe again. Alright, there we go. Doesn't seem like too many people know about RA. There's quite a lot of the streams that I watch are at least feature some degree of RA. Oh yeah, I figured out. Yeah, the 100%, that was actually spoiled for me going in, Chozo. That I knew I had to collect all the teddy bears going into this game. I knew there were 3 playable characters, and I knew that I would have to 100% the game to beat it. I don't remember when I learned those facts, but I knew them going into this. That had already been spoiled for me. I was so scared of you getting to the end and not having 100%. Nah, it's fine. It's fine. I would want 100. I would probably want 100% it anyway, even if it wasn't mandatory. Like it's a fun game, and I can't help myself when there's collectibles to be discovered, right? Still haven't played the Jaguar Bubsy. Yeah, someday if I get an emulation set up, we'll or if I get some Jaguar hardware, then we'll definitely do that one. But yeah, I'm locked out of it for now. Don't actually stream doing RA. Bryce says, I do it on my own offline or as practice for speedruns. Kind of like you were saying, as far as beat blah without damage and such. Those challenges help with speedrunning. Yeah, I really like the concept of RA, like as a way to like squeeze a lot of new life out of games that you really love, or as a way to torture yourself with games you really hate. Like both of those ideas really appeal to me. Super fun though. The final boss is Bubsy in this game. That's not much of a spoiler. Bubsy's the final boss of every game, right? The true, if you want the true ending. Oh. So Bubsy 1 took me 4 nights to beat. But it would have been like, so Bubsy 1, I probably could have beaten Bubsy 1 on night 1, except I refused to use passwords. All of my game overs were permanent. I did not want to use the passwords to regain my lost progress, and I really wanted to do it in 1 credit, and I did when we eventually beat it. So Bubsy 1 took me a while because I wanted a really definitive win. I didn't want the game to be able to mock me for having just barely scraped through, right? I wanted a solid victory where I could claim that I conquered the game and really hang my hat on it. So it took me 4 nights to do that. And then Bubsy 2 is wicked easy. Bubsy 2 is no problem at all. Like, it has all the same problems as Bubsy 1 for the most part, but it's a lot easier to gain lives, and you have extra hit points, so Bubsy 2 is no problem. And then Bubsy 3 is a jank catastrophe. But that being said, Bubsy 3 is my favorite of them. It's a jank catastrophe, but I kind of fell in love with it. And it is easily my favorite of the 3. But be wary of that endorsement. Your mileage may vary. What could possibly go wrong? Yep. The ultimate chat message for Bubsy streams. I don't think there are any teddy bears out in the open for this room, but there's a secret passageway, which is why I think we have to play as this character. Unless I'm mistaken, I thought there was a secret passageway down here. Oh yeah, there it is. I knew it. How do I descend? I don't actually know how to swim. Oh my goodness. It's so difficult. Why is it so difficult? Come on, game. Oh my goodness. I thought I'd never get in there. Oh no. This is not what I expected to find. This is bad. Buddha Fingers, welcome in. At the end of every game, the mystery machine rolls into the seed and pulls the mask off the final boss to reveal Bubsy. Do you think they get progressively worse or better or worse? So Bubsy 2 is way easier than Bubsy 1, but I think it's the worst of the 2 games. I think Bubsy 1 is a better game, even though it's kind of a worse game. And Bubsy 3D is easily the best of the 3 that I've played. I enjoyed Bubsy growing up, and to my knowledge, so did my circle of friends. But I learned last month that a lot of people hate the series. Again, I only played 1, but it's interesting how varied the responses are. I had very limited experience with Bubsy when I was young. My cousin had the game, and I know I played it with him at least once, but I think we only played it once together. It's a very janky game. It's a game with a lot of personality. Like they put a lot of work into the visuals and the animations and the music in that game. So like it's easy to be like pulled in and want to like it. And that would probably be the case for me if I'd grown up with it as well. But it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating that like nothing in the gameplay makes it likable. It has a lot of personality to pull you in, but ooh, yeah. It couldn't win me over. The final teddy bear is revealed to be Bubsy. Jet Force have saved the galaxy and found my pants. What a team. Here I've got some groovy stuff for you. This is from that rusty old ship of Jeff's. Just don't ask me to install it. Techno Fear, man? Alright, so it wasn't a waste of time to come here as this character, because we needed the ship part anyway. So this is great. It's not as good as the teddy bears, but hey, I'll take it. How are we doing on ship parts? I feel like I might be like halfway there already. We need 12 of them? Yeah, so I don't remember where they are in the inventory. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, we're a third of the way there, I think. I don't actually know. I don't know where it started to loop. I didn't pay attention. That's fine. We'll know when we have them all. That's all. That's what's really important. I don't need to. I don't need to worry about it too much on the way there. Let's get out of here. Playing a lot of Road Rash as a kid. I just turn around, go in the wrong direction, and mess with the cops, Final says. Have them run into oncoming traffic, steal their weapons, and hit them with it, kick them off their bikes. Good times. Road Rash was so good. That and Streets of Rage were the rentals for me. I constantly grabbed those. I don't think I've ever played Road Rash. I played a little bit of Streets of Rage. We played it once on the stream. I haven't gone back to beat it yet, but I'm not a huge fan of beat 'em ups in general. But that game actually went a lot better than I anticipated it was going to. Good taste, Final says. Was Final Fantasy II and Super Mario RPG around the same time? I didn't, so I rented a lot of games when I was a kid, but my parents were really discouraging of repeatedly renting the same title. So even though I rented a lot of games, I can't think of a lot of examples of games that I rented heavily. Usually it was pretty much a one-time thing for me when I would rent a game. One exception of that was the Lolo games on the NES. But that wasn't really me picking them out. That was my dad would rent those. I mean, I played them with him. Those are something we played together when I was really young. But yeah, the only reason we rented them multiple times was because my dad was also a fan of them. Hey, Aiden, always great to see you, my friend. Hope you're well. I'm doing well tonight. I completed Bubsy 3D, and Jet Force Gemini is going pretty well. It's been a little frustrating, but overall, progress is being made, so no major complaints. Streets of Rage 2 is infinitely fun, Final says. I doubt that my parents paid that close of attention to even know about repeat rentals. Fair enough. Rented Chrono Trigger enough to have been able to just buy it at least twice. It's one of the GOAT games, Bryce says. Chrono Trigger. Was one of the few blessed to own it. I remember renting. I know I rented a lot of the Mega Man games on NES, and I believe I rented Mega Man X at least once when I was a kid. As I never owned any of those games. The weird thing about those games, though, is I actually didn't like Mega Man when I was a kid, so I don't know why I rented so many of them. But I think I rented like basically all the NES games at some point. And I definitely rented Mega Man X once. At least. Probably only once, though. I feel like most of the stuff I rented was ultimately very disappointing, though. I remember renting the Death and Return of Superman on the SNES. Oh, I know a game I rented more than once. And here's the weird thing, it's a beat 'em up. I just said I don't like beat 'em ups that much. But Spider-Man, the red Spider-Man game. Spider-Man and Maximum Carnage. I think is the one. I rented that game a couple times. I never beat it. That game's really tough. That was cool. It's a good game, which is surprising because it's an LJN game. They don't have a very good track record, LJN. You rented the clown? Oh, AO the clown? Oh yeah, yeah. I get games for the Switch as library rentals. Our local library is pretty good about getting Switch titles in. So we Life Force store. Okay, that's fine. So those are fun to check out and do on the stream. A lot of people don't know that. If you live, especially if you live in like a larger city type area, check your local library. See if they have See if they have a video game collection. A lot of them do. It's a great way to check out stuff you might not necessarily want to spend your money on. I'm not sure what that did for me. That is not what I expected to find in here. I'm now confused and concerned. This would take me out of this area entirely, which I do not want to do. It just baffles me that libraries carry game rentals. Yeah, some libraries carry like really oddball stuff. Like there's some like books and movies are pretty standard. Video games are also very common, but like some libraries have collections of like cooking utensils or like tools, like hand tools and power tools, and some libraries you can. I think you can even check out pets from some libraries. Like hamsters and stuff. Those kind of things are not very common. Those kind of collections are not very common, but there are libraries that do experimental collections like that. Didn't know that was still a thing. I'm a big fan of the library. I have a lot of personal connection to libraries. I'd like to rent the Ark of the Covenant. I promise I won't open it. You'll probably miss your due date if you do. And I would hate to have to pay the fines on that one. Jelly and I have both worked in libraries. Jelly's parents have worked in libraries. Jelly and I actually got married in a library. we held the ceremony in a library. So I have a lot of personal connection to libraries. That seems like a place Matilda would get married. I read that book not that long ago. I've been reading Roald Dahl books in my spare time because I have a second grade reading level. Hey Derek, welcome in. Hope you are well tonight, my friend. We have conquered Bubsy 3D, and we are slowly chipping away at Jet Force Gemini. I'm not making a ton of progress in this one tonight, but little by slowly. We did finish up one world, so progress has inarguably been achieved, but it's not exactly coming at a rapid pace. Oh, I'm a fool. I'm the greatest fool on the planet right now. I could have gotten all the teddy bears with Vela. I forgot this whole area up here has tons of them. I'm afraid of libraries, Buddhafinger says. What if I learned something? The horror. Remember a skit on the comedy show All That on Nickelodeon, Yaden says, where Lori Beth Dinberg kept yelling, "This is a library," at the people in the library. It's not setting a very good example yelling now, is it? Random memory. Your brain might get swollen. No thank you, I say, says Final. Oh, hang on. These are regular enemies. These aren't zombie enemies. Most of the enemies on this stage are zombie enemies that are really difficult to kill. These are just regular. They're fine. Actually, there's no teddy bears in this room anyway, so... At least I don't think there are. So I don't actually need to worry about most of the enemies here. So what makes me such a gigantic fool is that I forgot that this area, this room here, counts as part of the bridge area in total. And there are teddy bears in this area, so... I should. If I just collect the teddy bears in this area, then we'll be good. Tricky part is going to be collecting them without losing any, because I think some of them are in somewhat perilous situations. But I'll do my best. Still a weapon this character doesn't have. It's somewhat surprising to me. Just watched Charlie and the Chocolate Factory with Johnny Depp. Wow, that was weird, Derek says. Can't say I'm a fan of that movie. No one warned me about the swollen brains. We inflict that on the unsuspecting public. They might have put a sign on the door. I couldn't say for sure, because I would have refused to read it. No spoilers and all that. Warning signs are some of the rudest of spoilers. I prefer to find out about dangerous situations by losing a life and or limb. There's one in there, so there's two somewhere. That's why they burned books in history. I agree the original is better, but don't mind the Depp one, Derek says. I haven't seen it in a long time. I just, I don't know. I don't understand what motivated Johnny Depp to portray Willy Wonka as basically Michael Jackson. I don't know. It's just very bizarre. Very bizarre. I mean, it's different. At least he went, like, I can't fault him for doing something different, but I can't understand what he did either. I can't understand what he was thinking. Gene Wilder is my only Wonka, Buddhafinger says. I have a feeling Frownie told his teachers to stop spoiling even things like the alphabet during lessons. Now I imagine Frownie slamming the brakes abruptly at every stop sign. And Frownie complained about backseating when his teachers wrote answers in red ink on his tests. Still need to see the newest one, Derek says. Heard that one's pretty good. Yeah, I knew it came out. I didn't really hear anything about it either way, though, so I haven't looked into it. I don't know that I'll be in a rush to see it, though. Watched it the other day, Cal says. Did it get your stamp of approval, Cows? Was it a good prequel for the Gene Wilder one? So yeah, in my head canon, I subscribe to the theory that Willy Wonka is George Weasley from Harry Potter. So that's the only prequel in my imagination. The bizarreness was on the same wavelength as the original. This is good to hear. Final also says it's very good. Right on. Well, maybe we will make some time for it. Maybe I am being persuaded. I can't. I won't stand for it. There could be only one, Buddhafinger says. Oh no! What am I doing wrong? It's impossible. Alright, it is impossible to clear this. Oh no. You have to use Juno. Where are the last teddy bears? I'm still missing 2. How can I be missing 2? I know it says I'm missing 3, but I know where the third one is. My problem is that I don't know where the other 2 are. Now I've gone through here twice with characters that had no hope of ever clearing this. This is not good. Chocolate Factory Throwdown to the death. One gripe about the Switch is I wish you could reset the console without having to hold the power button. It's as easy as adding it to the power options in the main menu, but instead they make me get up and walk to it like some kind of animal. Were we not promised that modern technology meant never having to stand up and walk across the room again? We need to get Peter Jackson on this. Wonka's on horseback, marshaling their Oompa Loompa troops into a cinematic battle for the ages. Getting you to take a break from playing by forcing you to get up and walk across the room ties into the time-honored tradition of video games asking you to take a break. The 50 video games included never asked anyone to take a break, and as we all know, it's canonically infallible. Here, here, says Cows. Amen, Buddha Fingers. Amen. I am tremendously perplexed as to where the last two teddy bears could possibly be. I imagine there's another secret door that doesn't look like a door somewhere. Is probably what it is. Some thing that we just walk up to and it'll open up. With no indication, but this is no... This is not the kind of scenario you want to have to endure. Jump King has been calling your name, Frownie. Jump King. The best thing about Jump King is how easy it is to not play sometimes. I would like to think, surely I could finish Jump King. We finished... We finished Bubsy 3D, we finished Echo the Dolphin, we finished Dr. Evil Knievel. I've conquered so many miserable experiences. You would think, right? It should give me hope that I could finish Jump King, and I just can't do it. I can't even make progress. Every time I play, it's just heartbreak and disaster. Hurts to even imagine it. It's so hard to see down here. Everything just looks the same, you know? Well, I don't know. I have to clear this area as Juno anyway. Let's just go ahead and switch. What time is it? Oh, it's early. let's go ahead and stand still for a moment. I'm going to cut the recording here just to be safe.